Baztalks. Let's talk football.
Hello, welcome to Baztalks. My name is Baz, and it is a very special episode. We will have a guest who has been coaching for quite some time. I've been wanting to get a local coach in, so I thought it would be a good time this week after arranging for I think about a month now. We finally got him in. But before that, as always, I want to introduce everybody here. Today's episode is going to be a bit special because we get to see all our faces. This is the first time everybody has revealed their faces. Also because, because of our special guest. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see who he is. Alright, I'm assuming on my top left is of course our man who's a big fan of one of the biggest clubs in England, Mr. JB, the man below me. Apparently, he's going to be standing the entire podcasting session because of camera angles. He got his best shot coming from the top. Mr. John, and our guest for today. I've known him for quite some time. I think we first met close to 9 years ago. This is the first time we're actually talking like this. Our guest for today, Mr. Raziff.
Hey, hello.
Yeah. Wait. This one is the
Hey. Soundboard.
Yeah, the soundboard. But if you see the soundboard later in the YouTube, right, you can see the little pop-up. That's the level where we are at. But that's exactly why we are so thankful, Raziff, for being part of our episode today. So, before I start blabbering on and on, let me just do a quick info link for our fans. I'll make it short. So our social media links, I just put it up on the screen. You can catch us. You can find us at baztalks.com. That's our website. On Twitter, there's it's Baztalks Mike because Baztalks. There's a Mike Talks on this one. One of our other co-hosts is Mike. On YouTube, it is Baztalks. But if you want to be clear, find Baztalks Podcast because recently there's another YouTube channel that goes by the name of Baztalks also. So I thought I got exclusive rights, but clearly not. Yes. So without further ado,
Very not copyrighted.
yeah, our social media links all aside, we've done the formal stuff. Now we get to the heart and crux of it. Raziff, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, hello. My name is Raziff Ariff. I'm currently a football analyst and an assistant coach at Tanjong Pagar Football Club. I've been coaching for close to 10 years on the elite level, and all in all, I think probably around 20 years in coaching.
20 years in coaching.
20 years.
And what's this? So right now you're a data analyst at Tanjong Pagar, right? And before that, you were a performance analyst at Balestier Khalsa. You're also coaching with secondary school.
Secondary school and Nian Poly.
Yes. My school last time, Nian Poly.
My school also, yeah.
More pressure now.
Nah lah. But so all in all, in our research of you, right, we've seen you also on another podcast sharing all your journeys and all that, and I think it's the Golden Nugget podcast last year, and it was quite informative. And I want to start off because I met Raziff, like I mentioned at the start. I met him when I was a very young coach, starting to get into the scene. And I want to ask you why you chose this, because before that you were also doing acting as well, right?
So previously I was doing a lot of productions. So I was doing an acting gig in Malaysia also for about 1 year in Malaysia. And then after NS, or probably during NS, I started pick up back into football again. And then that's where I started back into coaching lah.
So is there a reason why you let's be frank here, why you have chosen such a difficult career path, and is it because to me, as somebody who tried to get into this path, right, it's not the easiest of things to do lah. It's not. I think the first one I have to recognize is it's not what most Singaporeans would consider stable, and it's also not. There's no. I think last time people call it the iron rice bowl lah. So maybe you share with our listeners why you decided to do this and whether what are some considerations that maybe I could have taken note when I first started this.
I think there are two things for me. The first one is, of course, I wanted to do coaching because football is a passion. Because I stopped playing football. I stopped at Prime League, and then I went on to acting in Malaysia, and then did production works and stuff like that. And then coming back into coaching, that's one thing that always stuck with me is that I don't want to be the coach who have coached me before. So I don't want to be a similar type of coach like the person before. So I have that in mind, and of course, in terms of being passionate, I wanted to transfer that knowledge into the children or the kids that I'm coaching lah.
Okay. So in that case, what are the realities of somebody who is considering to be a coach? So like when I started out, right, I had this idea because I took my coaching licenses. I took my AFCC in Brunei. Then when I came back, right, I was very lost. Like I don't know how or who to go to. By chance, I met Coach Hidir at Two Touch, and that's where I met Raziff also. And then they all were actually very welcoming for a new coach, and they also gave me like general directions and prodding lah. And guidance on where to go, and give me opportunities. Other than that, the only one that I know is you just apply to like the local academies. But that is my pathway. Through my journey that I did it for about 2 years, I also found other people who were coaching and they didn't need licenses. So for people listening in who are curious about how they can get into this, what is a good measure or a good way for them to go in and make it a career? Because like for me, after 2 years, I decided the money is not good enough, and I had to be realistic lah. So is there any advice you can give?
Okay, so for me, part of my journey is that I started again like you yourself going to schools and academy and stuff like that. So I generated that money through, for me probably I'm lucky that on my first contract I got with a school that trains 4 times a week. And then it comes with an academy where I do on the weekends, on the morning all the way to evening. So I really push myself up to the limit in terms of how I want to make my money lah. So okay, one of the good things probably is because I've been doing freelance all my life, from acting gigs and stuff, production gigs and stuff like that. So I know where and how to hustle to find that money.
Okay.
So to me, how much I need to survive monthly, I know the amounts that I need to stay alive lah, basically in Singapore. So, not just in football, but okay, probably in football, in terms of coaching, most of the time it will be in the afternoons or evenings.
Yes.
So in the morning, you will have a lot of free time. So that morning period is usually where either I do a bit of online coaching with schools and stuff like that, or probably on a free time, I'll grab about 1-2 hours just to get my lunch pocket money.
So it's all about, basically, from what you're sharing, it's about being smart and knowing how to hustle. There's a Malay saying, hustle demi hasil. Right. So basically it's about hustling to get cash lah. And I think the key pointer that you shared, and I think the biggest difference is when I was going through it, right, I really don't know what to do because the knowledge that I had was quite limited. Because I was thinking like you said, the coaching sessions are all either on the weekend or in the afternoon, and then like mine, I only got 1 session a week, which is like very hard lah. Okay. Then my next question would be, what makes a good coach, especially in Singapore, And what is the, other than being resourceful, what is the, what makes a good coach? And from whoever that you share, what is the best trait that you find from them, and what did you learn as a young coach up until now that you find, if you have this trait, it will serve you well in terms of being a coach in Singapore?
Take in the positive,
Mm.
then filter out the negative. So in terms of filtering, you would just think of the negative that people are talking about and think for yourself, if you put in that shoes, what can be done better. So now, like for example, if you say about youth football, right? So if everybody wants to win and win and win and win, then people were talking about how to create a development team. So it's development over winning factors. But at the same time, also as a coach, you want to have that winning feeling.
Yes.
So you need to balance yourself out. What you want to see at the end of the day. So for me, for example, I look at the small wins during training more on how I can develop this player, and then use that as the factor for the players. That look, I don't need to look at your outcome of how you play in the tournaments, because I already see you win in training. So that tournament spirit is just for me or for you to engage yourself with other people's or other opponents who might be better than you or stronger than you, and how you can get yourself better through that small wins in training. So that's a different way of how I look at things lah, to be positive. So of course it can be quite negative for the players in terms of, oh, we go to every game, we lose and stuff like that. If you as a coach, you are very strong in your principles and say, look, it doesn't matter, you can be playing 5 minutes, but if that 5 minutes that I let you come in, be a game changer. So everybody have a minimal role or a role that they have to play.
Okay, so that means
in a team setting.
For you as but this is in which age group do you apply this, or is it applied in general?
Against schools and primary school.
Even in secondary school.
Yep.
But isn't secondary school the where people, especially the BDiv, the older, the upper sec, where people start to value winning more than like performance? What do you say to that?
So I same way I told the players is who needs to look at you winning. Is it yourself, or is it people on the outside say you are not winning? But what differs that I can be winning at tier 5, or I can go to tier 1 and lose the game. Which one will you value more?
Okay. That's one way to look at it, because like during when I was coaching with an academy lah, there were some coaches that we used to have, I think it's like a Sunday league where the different academies come together. Then we have like I would say a non-consequential league tournament. But there were some coaches that were more focused on winning, and they were focused on like their star player. Everybody just pass the ball to him, then the star player just dribble past everybody, which I felt wasn't right lah. But I mean, different clubs got different styles. But it's good to hear that we have similar philosophies to it. And do you think this is quite applicable in Singapore, in a sense that everybody is in line with this, especially with Active SG and Sports SG streamlining everything? Or we can have the best plan set out, but the coaches all have to buy into that?
Yeah, I think one of the things is that we need to get our act in together and work towards the same common factors lah. So for example, at the youth level is we want to create a good technical players who are ready to go into a different level lah. So for example, if you have a 14, 15 years old, you want them to be prepared to be able to do it tactically at 17 years old. So rather than you teach them at 14 years old to be tactically good, but once they reach 17, they are not technically sound.
Okay,
so like what Wenger said, there are stages
Yes.
on how you create that house.
Yeah.
So that's very important. I think in my point of view is that if we started creating that winning habits from the young is good, but also we have to develop them in terms of how they work technically.
Okay. Alright. The other two guys, you got any questions or
Yeah, maybe I can start off. So Raziff, maybe now you're talking about your coaching philosophy and everything. Maybe if you're okay, you can share with me who's the best coach you've ever worked with, and what was your learning lesson from them for you to develop to the next stage.
One of the best lah. One of the best that I've coached with is actually V Sundraputi. when I was when I was with him during the Singapore national team and also Laos national team.
Wow.
Wow.
So
What makes him good though?
what makes him okay? So there are many coaches that will talk to you about tactics and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But Sundram teach me on how to manage players, and then managing the emotion sides of the game, managing the media, and then managing the stakeholders.
Okay. So beyond the game lah.
Yeah. So as a coach, like what Mourinho said, it's easy to deal with the results and the players and stuff like that, but the pressure from external can actually bring the coaches down. Yeah.
Okay, but
So
of the stakeholders that you shared, right?
So the chairmen, the presidents.
Who's the hardest for
sponsors.
you to convince in terms of, because basically as a footballing coach, especially when you go to all these overseas, you basically selling your idea and you're convincing them, hey, my idea is quite good, right? But which is the harder one to sell to? Is it like the chairperson or the adults, or is it like the players? And what's your one, or what's your way of managing them?
Okay, both in terms of players is to gain their trust, because you are a foreigner coming in, then they always have doubt. Why is this guy better than the locals that we have? And then second, of course, in terms of getting the results out, it depends on how you pitch to them. So one way is for us is that we tell them this is what the players are learning, this is how they can learn and how they can get better. Or the second one is through results. Yeah. So the fact where people don't look at football, they just look at the scorelines.
Yeah lah, most of the
So
time.
they don't need to look at what you are doing lah. So they just only look at the scoreline. Oh, we win 1-0. If you look at the factual, probably like if you look Man City, 80% of possession, lost 1-0 to Aston Villa, for example. So people are just only looking at scorelines more than how the game goes.
Which is difficult in a sense, because I mean, okay, it's good that you touch on this, and this one is where we can divert in itself. Okay, I'm not sure which club that you support. Which club do you support, Razi?
Arsenal.
Okay, so in that sense,
wait.
Arsenal.
In case you didn't realize, in the podcast that he did with the Golden Nuggets, he was wearing an Arsenal shirt.
I this one lah, never see lah. I was focusing on a lot of the things he said, because a lot of the things he said was actually some of it I wanted to expand on. Okay, so like let's say, but before I get sidetracked, because I was quite excited to see your adventures, or rather your journey through getting up all the way to your UEFA A and your attempts to get UEFA Pro, right? When we focus about this and Arsenal, especially in the first few years when Arteta was not getting the results, but he said trust the process, and now more so with Man United under Ten Hag and Amorim, right? How much weight or how much patience should a fan have when it comes to new coaches coming in? Because like you say, people just see the results, but the performances actually should tell a better picture. So as a coach and as someone who's passionate about football, right, what's a good lens for somebody who loves the sport but don't have the technical knowledge that you do, get a better sensing of whether they should trust this coach or not?
I think one way is just to look at how the coach handle the teams. Like for example, Arteta, when to be ruthless, to just get the player out, and then start a new team and create a new team. I think a bit more different with Amorim. I think if you look at the players that Arteta brings in, a lot of them have that growth mindset, that I'm playing more for the team rather than for myself. Whereas if you sign a player for Man United, it's more about me. I'm now in Man United, so that a bit more egocentric type of players that they have.
Okay, but this is also something that when let's say you go overseas, right? Do you identify this as a key trait when you call somebody up for like the team, or do you make some what's the word I'm looking for? Do you make some compromise if he's like very good, but then but he has this like egocentric nature in him? Do you just take it in if it's more helpful to you, or to you functionality as a team is more important?
I think there's a different if you're playing for probably a knockout stage or like the national team setup, you might need that maverick players who can do wonders because it's a knockout competition. But if it's a prolonged seasons, probably if like Ted Lasso, you kick out that good player out so that it helps your team to grow. So the nature of the competition itself is one of the things that you have to think of lah. So
okay.
probably for my team, if we are very defensively, and I have one player like for example Doi who score 40 goals, I'll just keep him because I know he'll score goals for me. But in terms of how he plays defensively and structure wise, probably not the best.
But you build it around him lah.
If my team can outscore the opponents, that's important for me. It doesn't matter if I win 100 to 99 or 2-1, as long as I win. So that's the different part of it.
Best defense.
Yeah.
Okay, John. Before I hijack, you got any questions?
Okay. Actually, I wanted to ask if you have any particular like default tactical formation that
You like?
you would choose for the players
Nice.
when you first take over.
Actually no.
Really?
Depends on the players. Actually depends on the players that I have. So like you see the board behind, right?
Yeah.
So I probably have a back 4 or back 3 in mind ready. But it depends on the technical abilities of the players. So it depends on whether I can play a build-up football or I can just need to do a direct football. So it depends on the level of the players that I have.
But do you have a particularly favorite tactic formation that you like to use or prefer to deploy?
I think I did a lot of hybrid in terms of how my team plays. Probably for back 4 when we are defending, and then back 3 when we are attacking. Inverted fullbacks coming in and stuff like that.
Wow.
Okay.
So I do try different kinds of formations, probably like a 4-3-3, and probably will somehow end up with a 3-1-6 formation.
Wow.
Attacking.
Wow.
Hey, wait, this one is I'm assuming this is for like the current team setup lah. Which is Tanjong Pagar lah.
No, my school team.
School team?
Yeah.
And they already playing similar to whatever we can see in the EPL in terms of like a 3-1-6.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I say, it depends on the players that you have. So the abilities and the trust that you give them, then you do it in training. You see, are they able to execute what you want to do? Then you can trust it. So for example, my naval base, the BDF team, right? So like last season, I can just tell them, okay, we're gonna defend in 4-4-2. When we have possession, we just go 4-2-3-1, and then when we go up the higher block, we just go into a 3-1-6.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Now that he mentioned the naval base like that, right, I feel so inadequate. To be fair, when I coached naval base, I only did it for like 3 months. But when I was there, to John's question, actually I got a favorite formation, which is 4-2-3-1. But then it's more on the counter. So I thought every coach would have their like a favorite style, but it's interesting. That means I was really in the infancy years of my coaching career. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now the one that I wanted to ask, right, is on a personal level, I know that you've been trying to go get your UEFA Pro, and then you went to get your AFC up until AFC B, right?
Yep.
AFC B, then after that you switch to UEFA A.
UEFA B, yeah. UEFA
B, and then UEFA A. So when it comes to this, is this all your own venture, or is there support to push you for all this? Because for me, when I was pursuing all this, right, the rumors or the information that I had was you had to be in the inner circle of FAS before you get all these opportunities. To their credit, right, I never actually approached them lah, because once I hear all this, I like, okay lah, you up against a wall between me and between like Noah Alam Shah, who's pursuing his coaching batches. Who you think they will give? A random nobody or one of Singapore's best strikers? Obviously priority will go to him, right? What would you maybe you can share how you navigated through this, and maybe for somebody who's like me, never in the national team setup on any level, what is the best way we can go about if we are really interested to be a coach or even a video analyst or performance analyst?
I think in terms of coaching wise, in terms of how you want to climb the ladder, is always like, okay, probably at the C license wise, you don't need a lot of that experience, where you can just, there are certain parts of the course, for example, it's not the ex-player course or the player course, it's open to the public course, so they do open up to the public for all these courses lah. But again, like you said, the numbers of backlog that we have
is a lot.
is quite crazy actually. So we're trying to, I think what FA is trying to do is try to finish up as many as they can throughout the year. So like probably this year, I think they have about 4 or 5 C license courses ongoing and stuff like that. And then of course on top of that, they have the ex-player
pathway
pathway for the ex-player and current players. So they try to break it up, and then they have the different MOE stuff
yes,
pathway where the teachers do it during the holiday periods and stuff like that.
okay.
So there are a lot of, like you said, a lot of stakeholders that you have to face lah. So the publics, the schools, the MOEs, and then the ex-players. So they try to cater as much as they can. Then like in terms of progressions, of course, if you have the C license, it's always about your experience. Your experience, probably if you are coaching at the club or probably coaching at the academy, then probably it's easier for them to select those players or those coaches to be part of that B license course, for example, because you already have the experience and you needed that to venture into your next coaching career.
But a lot of the fall off will be after EFCC lah, because to get to the next stage, there's only X number of clubs in academies in Singapore. Correct. After EFCC is where a lot of the coaches like myself will fall off lah, because the opportunities are limited. But what you're saying is, if let's say I decided to continue and I want to follow like your path, go all the way to UEFA, it's just finding an academy and then slowly building the network from there, and then I will slowly get to because I know the one thing that I have to say about my coaching experiences, or at least in my experience the coaches are very helpful. Raziff and Hide, all, they were willing to help me out, share their knowledge, share the how to like even on the school level, how to organize, how to communicate to the different stakeholders. And I think in general the coaching circle in Singapore is or at least in my experience was, they're quite helpful and willing to share lah. So basically I should, if I want to get back into it, just find an academy,
just do your hours
just complete the hours, and then it will slowly build up lah.
Correct.
Okay, that's actually, I've been thinking about it, but I see your challenges, and it's not the easiest lah. Even until now, because you've done this for 20 years, right? Do you foresee yourself ever aiming for like the big jobs, or like maybe head coach at any one of the local clubs, or even in the region?
I think probably not locally for now, but I do got some offers overseas as a head coach, assistant coach role. But like I said, in Europe, it's easier for a coach to transit, let's say, from Sweden to Finland to Germany,
because of the currency
are the same. Yeah, but if I'm a Singaporean, if I go to Laos, then it devalues what I'm earning now in Singapore. So for example, now if I'm earning, let's say, 4,000 Sing dollars, right? If I will go to Malaysia for 4,000 ringgit,
rabak.
So it's a lot of difference. Yeah, that is rabak. But if I told them, yes, I can take that 4,000 ringgit, if you're gonna give me a long-term project or 4 years, 5 years, then I'm willing to stay.
But
just for 1 year, it doesn't make sense.
Most of the offers is usually about 1 year or less, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
about 1 season lah, 10 months lah.
Wow, that's quite tough on you and
Yeah.
your
To live, yeah, correct.
and your family lah. Like,
Mm.
but for this, as a family man, right? Other than the duration of it, is there any I would say, what's your biggest consideration, or is the duration and the money the biggest consideration when you consider overseas offers? Or would let's say if you take this head coach at Malaysia, right? Is it now at wherever you are? Do you see it as a stepping stone to something better, or is it still, because we are Singaporeans, is the practicalities more important?
I think to me, or probably if you look at all the other coaches side, the moment they step out is always that progression that I don't want to come back. I always want to go next. And next. Yeah. So it opens up to other venues lah. Like so for example, like you see Aidil Sharin, right? So he goes to Malaysia and then goes to Indonesia and then back to Malaysia again. So if he were to come back to Singapore, probably it'd be for the national team setup rather than going back to a club setup.
Okay.
So because the life of a professional coach overseas is different to what life is in Singapore as a coach. So in terms of facilities, in terms of training, in terms of players being a full-time players is different than what we have here. So that culture shift is already pushing them up to limit. Yeah. So like you look at, let's say for example, look at Man United, right? At the peak of it, and now you see Man United falling down. Then you say, it's never been like this. It's always been at the top like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that the standards already put you in the places that I don't want to go back down to where it is before. Yeah.
Okay. JB, any?
I mean, just to build up on that also. So if you said there was one thing that you wanted to pivotally change about Singapore's football culture or football, is that going to be the pivotal thing, or is there anything else that you think, if I change this, then Singapore will improve for the better when it comes to footballing?
I think it's the drive of not just the players but also the coaches. So I think like I said, in Singapore, like what Bas said, it's difficult to make money in football as a coach. So we have to do multiple jobs, probably 2 or 3 jobs to make end meets. So that rushing from one session to another session, I think is also difficult if you are rushing. Let's say you have 5 to 7 sessions and then you have a 7:30 to 9:30 sessions, and that rushing period for you to travel already takes half of your energy out. So but the moment you go into the next sessions, your energy starts to drain. And then again is asking yourself the same questions: are you giving yourself 100% to everything that you do?
Correct. Yeah. And the players not.
Yeah. Then the players also might. It's similar to the players also lah. You see some players from school training and then goes to a club training or to national training previously, right? So it's always that, are they giving themselves 100%? Or for me as a coach, if I'm going to coach this player at 100%, then suddenly he say, oh, I just came back from the school training. Then you were like, oh shit, then you should have told me earlier and stuff like that. Or probably you said, but that is difficult for us to manage in terms of players, in terms of how they recover, in terms of how they giving themselves 100%. But as a coach also same. So for me, if I give myself a 3 to 4 o'clock sessions, if I give my 100%, I know before I go in for the next sessions, I have to get myself ready. I have to get my coaching cap in to be ready. Then
and
after that, then you will suffer lah that whole night.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And do you think this is something that the upper management is already aware of, or they're actively working towards, or this is something that no one is actively like trying to improve? I feel like this is something that it's been a problem for so many years, right?
I think you start to see changes really now with the UTR coming in, so with the government supports and stuff like that, and then of course in terms of the academy, you see now causes of or the price of for the players to join an academy already increased $400-500 for a month now, as compared to last time it's just 100-200, right? So because everything is increasing, and then coaches pay also starts to increase, so, which is also good. And one of the important things is, like I said, the UTR projects where they pay good money to the coaches, then people start to look at that and then try to use that as a benchmark for the future, hopefully.
Okay. Oh, there is one question that I want to expand from what JB shared lah. You've done this for 20 years, and from hustling 2 to 3 jobs is actually not the easiest thing to do, right? Has there been any point of time you like, okay lah, this is too difficult, I want to give up, or has it really been the passion that you have for football that it has been sustaining you through all this?
I think the passion for me, the passion is what I like to do. Like for example, last year after I left Balestier Khalsa, right? So I got into a rush of getting jobs for myself. Then it opens up to me that, hey, if I were to leave the club, I have more adventures that I can do in schools coaching. So I took up primary school, secondary school, tertiary, women's football. So I'm coaching all four, every junction of football in my weekly session.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
This is where
over the weekend I'm coaching Tasik, the youth at risk programs.
Oh my god.
So I actually covered a lot of spectrums of football.
Okay, this one is a little mean lah, but between the different one, right? Which one is the most fun to coach, and which one is the most, I wouldn't say the hardest lah, but the most the most challenging for you to get your point across? Whether is the Tasik, the women's, the secondary school, or even the actual clubs that you're doing. Which one is the one where you find like, even though it's difficult, right, I find a lot of joy in doing it?
Every school is a lot of difficulty in terms of, because they have a lot of energy.
Oh yes.
So you have to bring your energy level similar to them. And then okay, the good thing is that because of my kids, right, they also watch TV and stuff like that. So you try to relate to all these Minecraft, whatever things relate to them. So you try to do that in the trainings also. So like you become those monster and stuff like that, play games and stuff like that. So relate that back to football and stuff like that. Challenging, I would say the tertiary is quite challenging.
Really?
Because you expect the quality to be higher and better, and then to a realizations that you think that, okay, not everybody progress well in football. So then back again in terms of selections of the players is looking at what you want to have at the end of the day. So it's a balance of, you might have the best player,
okay,
in terms of technically, but they have never played the game a lot, so that tactically they are suffering when you try to do different formations lah. So for example, you want to do a switch play, and they don't understand how to do it and stuff like that tactically. So how you want to attack and transit to defense. So to a point like when you use words like we want to counter attack and do a half space attack, so they don't understand.
Oh,
because
wow.
they've never been coached that way. Yeah. So a lot of terminology is also a bit difficult in terms of how you tell them, okay, I want you to pass the ball, drive the ball with your lasers. Never done that before also, and stuff like that. So
Okay.
you have to bring them back into like primary school, teach them back again the process for the first 2-3 months, and then after that, then try to pick up back tactically.
Okay, this is the point that I actually shared this on like our other episodes, and also part of my journey when I took AFCC, right? The things that Raziff is sharing right now, I actually did like when I did my coaching and they were teaching all these basics, right? I realized my time as a secondary school student in my CCA, right, I learned nothing about football. Everything that I knew about football, I thought is just, never mind, just pass and kick to each other. Football is actually, it looks very simple, but it's very hard to execute because of the intricacies in all these little movements that we see. So like when we watch EPL, right, I think people don't appreciate the number of hours that it goes, and that sometimes some players just cannot get it lah. In terms of where you need to be, what you need to do, is the micro decisions that you have to make. And honestly, after attending a course, right, I was quite surprised at how little I know about football lah. And yeah lah, if you can see it at a tertiary level, it's a reflection of our what's this our environment and our ecosystem lah, which is it was very, very surprising. So yeah, I'm not saying this to, I mean, not shit on our ecosystem. It's just it's good to see that somebody who's been in the industry for very long, I just had that realization when I was doing it as well. So wow, okay. But like that difficult lah for you when you see. Do they feel dumb or not?
I think it took a while for them to realize that it's not just about, like you say, it's not just about passing and kicking. They are part of the process on how things are being done. So they start to understand, football is not just being like this. There are moments like you have to find that triangle, you have to find the correct pass and stuff like that.
And sometimes you have to make the selfless runs, and then it's a thinking game lah, gitu kan.
Correct. But then I told them also, I don't want to do it to be too analytical, that it becomes too much of analysis for you to look at that. It's just to play football, to enjoy football. I told them the simplest thing that we can do now is, whenever we have the ball, don't lose the ball. Just let the opponent run and chase you. So I told them, the only two times that you need to sprint is either you run and defend for your life, or you sprint to the corner flag and score and celebrate. So which one they prefer?
It is actually quite simple in terms of a motivating factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, just
everybody don't like to defend lah. So it is, everybody don't like to defend. Nobody likes to run.
Not glamorous lah defending. Yeah. Go on, Jamie.
Actually, now that we're on this topic, right? So, if there was any player you wanted to coach, a dream player that you could have coached, past or present, who would it be and why?
Probably if you're looking at playing style, probably if two players that I want to be in the team, Xabi Alonso and Beckham.
Oh,
wow.
They can ping the ball to each other from center to the side, then with a cross in, that's it.
But actually, when you see these kind of players, right, have you ever envisioned, or like even daydream, like if you get these kind of players, do you envision like how you would coach them, or do you think these kind of players don't need to be coached? You just need to tell them, yeah, this is the plan. I am relying on you to do this XYZ.
I think it can be both ways. One is to see them expressing their talent and appreciate their talent that they have. Two is to appreciate their talent in a way that you want them to play, to satisfy your ego. For example, if local player that I want to coach, probably I want to coach Shadan Sulaiman.
Shadan Sulaiman is a very smart player.
So if with him, probably that those kind of tiki taka or how Savi does, right? With all the shoulder pass, ball comes in, just one flick. So with Shadan, probably he will just do that, and then you just enjoy in the center of the field, watching him do that every day.
Jamie, that's a very good question. Okay.
But yeah.
You go ahead.
No. So if you're talking about Xabi Alonso, then if you're talking about the modern game now, players like that are not that appreciated. So you think like football in that sense has lost its flair? Like you're losing this kind of long range, very artistic players like Ronaldinho, Xabi. These guys, they wouldn't survive in the modern system, I would say.
Or is it like a trend where it's a cycle lah? Do you think for somebody who has been in coaching for so long, do you think like what JB say, is it gone forever or is it a trend?
But I think if you look at the trends or all these star players, elite players, right? You'll see that there are these kind of players in every era. Not 10 of it, probably just 1 or 2. Like you say Ronaldinho. Then now you see like players like Yamal.
Yeah.
So in every era they have different kinds of players that we create. Probably if you look at Anthony, right?
Yeah.
So previously we have similar players lah. So you have Nani and Ronaldo. So you have the good player in Ronaldo, but not the better one in Nani. So similar as what you have now. So you have a Ronaldinho, and then and stuff like that.
But it's quite insane to say Nani is. Now that we think of it, if you see the current Man U team, Nani compared to like any of the wingers is like, wow, it's a big trade up.
Right. So then again, if you look at like a young player, say if I were to compare, right, if I look at Garnacho and Giggs, for example, similar traits, very direct, dribbles inside, take shots. So similar traits. But the only difference now is because people are comparing Garnacho style football to players like Yamal and Saka, who can sit and score more goals than that flair player.
Okay.
So now social media starts to pick up more on those kind of players. But similarly, last time you have players like Giggs versus Ginola, flair players.
Oh yeah.
So it's always the same. But there's only that one player that always pop up frequently. So
Okay.
the type of the players that we created or we still have are still there.
Okay.
Has not been fully like exposed much lah.
But okay, then if to add on to JB's question, right? When I pull it back to our local scene, there has been a lot of debate where we should go like during our most successful period, where we went old school football, just long range target man, and we play that way. Or are we being influenced, and should we be influenced to play more technical style of football? Do you think, like you say, it really depends on whatever crop of players you have, and we adapt accordingly to that?
I think no. In terms of national setups, I think if you create a proper pathway for every player, for every positions, you will get what you want. For example, if I want to create 10 Fandi Ahmads, I can create that soccer school, attacking soccer schools where I want to mold them like Fandi, for example. But you have to drive into that directions from the start.
Which is
So
again,
it is
go back to what you say lah, the collective effort lah.
correct. It's the pathway of what we want. So like for example now, if we will look back, probably we have the tiki taka moment with the
Yes.
Spanish coaches, and then we have the Japanese moment,
Yes.
but nothing on terms of creating a Japanese type of player. It's just a Japanese coach coming in, then creating that attributes or the philosophy of a Japanese team, but not creating a Japanese type of player, the hardworking and stuff like that. So
Yes.
we
Yes.
really doesn't have dive into what type of players that we want to create for ourselves.
There's no identity lah.
Correct. There's no identity.
Okay. Which
So different. If you different. Okay. So different. For example, if you look at England or Germany, for example, they have gone to a way that in Germany they have done this. They doesn't win the World Cup 2018 or stuff like that, right? Then they revamp and create. This is the pathway that we want to take for the next 5 years. Then they stick to that plan, with different managers, different technical directors that change in, but the program still remains the same.
Wow. But are we with Unleash the Raw? Do you see a lot of positivity in that we are creating that environment and ecosystem?
Yes, I think to be fair, to Unleash the Raw, if you look at the SFAs, right, most of the teams are in the finals, Division 1, Division 2 and stuff like that. So if you look at it, you see one of the 3 key criteria that they have is that they have 3 or 4 coaches in the school setup.
Okay.
So that additional manpower actually helps the player to learn quicker and better. So now rather than I'm a single coach, I take care of 40 players.
Yes, which was
I
insane.
have 3 coaches. Yeah, I have 3 coaches that can split a defensive setup, a midfield setup, a striker setup. So I can split them into different training.
Which then becomes specialized, and you get to focus on.
Yes.
Yeah. Because during my time, which it was in 2016, I was taking over like 40, and then the players also share, especially like the goalkeepers of the team. They don't get any attention at all, and then we don't get to develop them. But with this development, it's a lot of improvement because everybody gets basically it's like your studies also lah. You get a better student to teacher ratio, and it becomes specialized. Okay. This as somebody who's an observer of our this one, but I'll be honest, I have not seen as many games as I should have and support the local, but I do keep in touch.
But if you look at the bigger picture also, right? So if
Yeah,
you look at football now, like Pep Guardiola.
Yes.
So for the past 3-4 years, he starts to lose games, starts to have difficulty to win games, right?
Yeah.
It's because the numbers of technical staff that other teams are now having. For
Is
example,
more.
if you see the teams of like Brighton, suddenly you have 10 coaches now coaching the team and stuff like that. Even when I was in Japan, I saw the opponents, the team, they have 15 staff or 20 staff.
Wow.
Like what you say LCS now, they have about 20 staff to about 15, 18 players. So they have more staff than players in the team to have the players now. A lot of difference. So like going back to Guardiola, probably now if you look at it, every team have a set of analysts. Like set piece, you have 4 analyst coach to look at set piece, attacking, defending, individual behavior and stuff like that. So they do it in training, then they collect every players in positions and stuff like that. So I think whereas in Pep time, probably if he and his assistant coach are the best coach that they have, and now they just need to compete against two the other teams, assistant coach and the head coach. But now with a team of teams, some clubs will have a better individual coach that they can hire.
Oh my
So
god.
now it's become a bit more ideas, more heads, more ideas to go against Pep in terms of analytically breaking
But
down Man City.
in this sense, right? If let's say, okay, so in this sense, when you have this structure, and when it comes to who gets the final say, in a sense, if I want to challenge, like the scenario you put, if I want to challenge Pep, and between the four, is it a collective effort of the four that go up to Pep and say, hey, Pep, this is blah 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 blah, we believe this is correct and your assessment of it is wrong, or is it still Pep making the final decision?
It's always the head coach making the final decision.
But there's,
the boss.
but you can only
but you can work it collectively and gather the ideas. So like I say, if you have a fixed mindset, that you only trust yourself that everything that you do is correct, that is different. But that's why like Pep, growth mindset. So now he got Linda with him and stuff like that, right? So he tried to evolve his game a bit more.
Which is also one of the first rules that my coach Stephen Ng, he taught me. The thing about football is you can learn from everybody, no matter who.
Yep.
Because there is always something that you can take away from them, and you need to have that growth mindset if you want to be a coach.
Correct.
Okay, speaking about growth mindset, I'm going to pour a little cold water and you know, be a little wet blanket here, because I think especially in Singapore, the one thing that I want to ask you, as somebody who have seen so many players in your time, right? When there are two okay, there are three parts to this question. The first one is, when should somebody quit football as a player or as a coach? Then B is parent coaches that come for the weekend games. What are your thoughts on that? And then the last one is for these players, and when we want to push them to be better, is there a way that they can set themselves up for the best way to succeed? Be it like, you know, you have your own YouTube compilation, or you send your highlight reels to regional coaches. What's your best advice for somebody who aspires to be a footballer but don't want to be limited to the opportunities in Singapore, which is limited lah? Is there anything that they can do, or is there like a football agent that they, if you know, that they can hook up to? So maybe the first one, what was the first one again? Oh, when should you quit as a footballer? Like at what age then you like, okay, I don't have enough talent to go far?
I think okay, for quitting of football, I think not quitting on football, but I think in terms of
Being
making
realistic,
it professionally.
Yes.
Making it professionally.
Yes.
So I don't think people want to quit football lah. So they still play social football and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So in terms of making it professionally, I think one of the thing is being honest with yourself and then getting feedback from the coaches lah. So yes, in terms of making in terms of monetary, like for example now, right, this year we have 7 foreigners for the SPL.
Yes.
So the numbers of local players really starts to drop. Yeah. So that itself really is a sign to see that now if you're gonna play football professionally, you have to be the cream of the crop lah. To be part of it. Because now you only have 4 local players playing in the league. Which one, if the goalkeeper is local, then you only left with 3 outfield.
But is that fair, or is it a necessary step to raise the level? Because it means that if you are good enough, right, whatever position you play, we don't need to have that foreigner lah. That's the plan lah.
Yeah. So then the other thing is, of course, if you look at Premier Leagues, probably for example, if you look in some clubs, they don't even have an English player starting in the club. Yeah. So that's one way to look at it. In terms of how then as a club you want to develop your own local players, and then what position. So for example now, if you look at our local players, for example, fantasize, we look at it that way. If every club signs a striker, a foreign striker, to score 40 goals, 30 goals,
Yes.
And where do we develop the striker now? The local striker,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah.
Ah,
For now, we don't have a problem because our best striker are now playing overseas.
yes.
We have the Iksans, the Fundis
The
are
fund is
playing
there.
overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we still have that hope, but in terms of local football, that number starts to shrink.
Dwindle lah. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have to look in that way lah. So now even now the goalkeepers department also, you see now almost every club have a foreign goalkeeper. And then whereas
it becomes a problem in a sense lah. Okay.
yes, but then again in terms of the numbers of leagues now, of course if we want good players to pop up, then the league has to be sustainable. So probably if you have the U19s, U21, U23 leagues coming up, then probably that can help sustain a bit of the local players. Then again, in terms of when they should call it a quit is
Yes.
to realize does the money comes in good, and then does it prolong my career? So for example, if you are given a 1-year contract or probably a 4,500 at the club, then you have to look at yourself, are you playing in the first 11 or you are not playing? If I'm not playing, then I know the next year will be very hard for me to find a job. And then if I have an offer of, let's say, a 3-year contract to become a full-time coach, then how do you weigh yourself? Do you want to
Wow.
stop playing football and then get that 3-year contract because it gives you a bit of sustainability?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's always that balance on how they look at things.
Okay. So it's like you say, first is you need to be realistic with yourself. Second, you need to get opinions from your coach, and third, of course, as practical and pragmatic as we are, you have to make that
Yeah.
decision on which one benefits you in the long term lah.
Correct. Because actually in Singapore lah, so you know you have to pay for your houses, you have to pay for the cars, the transportation, everything is not cheap.
Yes.
And then the moment you realize how much amount you earn, then probably that money is already gone already lah. So then to be practically, then you have to look at what's the best option for you.
Okay, but there's no hard cap
Yeah.
for you in a sense, like maybe if I'm 21 or 22, then maybe I give it up and
No.
pivot lah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it depends on it's up to the players themselves how much drive they want to push themselves. So
Okay.
if they really wants to make it, then they will do that extra work and stuff like that and sacrifice a bit more lah. Probably another year or two to push themselves up. If they really can't make it, then probably the clubs themselves will just release them, and then it's hard for the players to find the next club lah. Then that's why I think they start to transit and fall out from being a professional footballer.
Okay, so this is a good segue to the I reordered it a bit. So the next one is when it comes to like promoting yourself for players. I don't see how would a player best promote themselves so they have the best opportunity to succeed as a professional. Is there any people that they can get in touch with to help market their skills, or is it just through word of mouth? Or what's your best advice for aspiring
Okay,
players?
There are many ways now they can do it. So if you are playing professionally, okay, let's say for the elite players, right?
Yeah.
They play professionally. How they created their CVs is to transfer market.
Ah.
So there are the values of how much they have lah. So probably some of them have that graph where they say their value goes up and stuff like that. So that is one of the factors that you can use to say that you are improving year in year out, and then you have the stats for you in that transfer market also to show yourself in terms of your performance. That's the first one. That you have the fact lah, the black and white. Second one is through videos. Make the clip as realistic as possible. Your attacking moments, your defensive moments, and stuff like that. Some problems that we see in terms of players sharing the clips is always the good things lah. So they always share the good things that they have. So it doesn't really help me as a coach to, if I want to sign this player, probably I will ask for a full game video to assess him. But usually when they put the highlights, it's always the good stuff lah.
But full game video meaning, okay, so let's say I'm a young, maybe just finished NS kind of player. So is full game video like my friendlies with like let's say I participate with my friends team in a friendly. Do I send you 2 two types of video. The first one is the highlight clips. The second one is the full length video. Or yeah, what's the to dumb it down for people, I guess, or make it simple lah. Don't say dumb it down.
So if you were to go to a professional team, right? So one of the things is also to put your CV based on that level lah. So if you put like say you play a social football and then you say you're on trial for Manchester United, then you say, this video are all against a virtual team. So probably if you want to do it that way, probably one way is you go for a trial overseas, training trial, and then use that clip to compile yourself against a higher level teams.
But for this trial overseas, you can just anyhow apply. Just tell them, I want to apply for a trial at this club.
So they are not at different clubs. So it depends on if you have an agent, the agent can send you for a trial to different clubs or clubs that you want to try out based on the club's availability and stuff like that. The other one is to go through this, like the Football UK trial things and stuff like that, where they just send you to a camp and you train in that camp. There are 2-3 friendly games that you play, and then if you get scouted, you get scouted. If not, then it's back again. So basically, all these resources you can Google yourself and find it and get yourself set up that way lah. Okay. This I don't know whether this will ever be seen by aspiring footballers, but it was something that I wanted to know, because when I was I could never make it as a professional player lah, but as a coach, some of the resources that I was wanting to look for is who I can go to, who I can this one. So hopefully with Raziff sharing and us asking these questions, you watching this, you are able to know which direction you can go to and find lah. Because I think part of especially our Singapore footballing culture is you need to be proactive, you need to be resourceful, and you need to be I think thick skin lah. Because if you want to make it at the top, you need to have that single fixed mindset like Raziff, which is what has funded him for 20 years, and it was something that I didn't have lah. Because I wanted to, I love the idea of coaching, but I don't have that single-mindedness in pursuing lah. Nothing wrong, because we all have our own circumstances and difficulties, but yeah, hopefully our sharing here will help let you know where you can go and what you can do and to improve yourself as a player and the options that you can get lah. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do we have? Any other questions you want to ask Raziff, guys? We are closing in on an hour with him. It has been very, very eventful. There's a lot of questions. Anything else you want to ask, John?
No.
Maybe
JB go.
Maybe JB one.
Parent coaches.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the parent coaches. Oh my god.
I think that's a spicy one.
Okay, the parent coaches is okay. This is really coincidental. We were supposed to meet, plan this podcast session, I think 3rd August, right, Raziff? But then we cannot make it because you were having your pre-season, and then as I said, Baztalks is a growing podcast, so we hopefully can grow along with everybody. Long story short, we finally got him here. Recently there has been incident about parent coaches, which is perfectly normal. Everybody, I think the one thing that I want to put before I start this parent coaches question is, every parent want to see their child do their best. That's the crux of it. But when it comes to parent coaches, right, what do you think is the most helpful thing or the most detrimental thing that parent coaches can do when it comes to like the youth level? Because when I was a coach, especially on the game day, right, the parents from outside, Charles, pass Charles, no, shoot, don't pass Charles, shoot. What is the best way for parents to be the best support to the kids, and what is considered as a coach to you is crossing the line? Because when it comes to professional level or the higher level, I think it becomes more or less like a job. There's a certain professionalism that you need to bring to it. Maybe you can share your thoughts about it.
Okay, for my academy, right, at kickoff, what we do is that for every sign-ups and for every players that are participating in the tournaments, we do have a code of conduct for the players and the parents. So the parents have to adhere to it lah. So in terms of the coaching parts of the game, we tell the players you can come and support, but you cannot be at the sideline. In terms of if you want to be at the sideline, you can just be behind whatever the red lines, the boundaries that we have for you, and no shouting at all lah. So they can take photos, they can do encouraging words, but the moment we hear you shout, then we just have to send you back to the stands. So that's one way that we have done it. So from the start, you must buy it to the parents or sell it to the parents that look, the coaches are here to do their jobs. Yes, it can get frustrating that we are not winning games and stuff like that.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it's about the development of the players. There are structures, there are processes on how we go through in terms of the coaching, in terms of management of the players. So like for my academy, now we are playing the SYL. We can crash every game. So I told the parents, look, we are not looking at the results of the games. I say we can be comparable to the other teams that are training 3 times, 4 times a week, where we just train once a week. So for us, for my academy, I say we are just looking at the players having this experience to compete against players who train more than them or who are better than them, and to get that experience. So in terms of result, yes, we will have a big scorelines, probably 12-0, 20-0, 30-0. It doesn't matter to us, because at the end of the day, it's about how we want to create and develop this player to love the game. So it's different. I can be going out there playing the best 7 players, week in, week out, get the best results, and then I forfeit another 15 players who sit on the bench or just play 1-2 minutes of the game every week.
Wow.
So so it's different. So the way we sell to the players is that yes, we will lose the game for sure, but they won't be going out losing games without learning.
Wow. That is JB, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's really a good mindset to cultivate in the kids as well.
So you have to sell it to the parents that look, football, yes, it's a teamwork. You need everybody to be in sync to win games. But at the same time, if you were talking about individual developments, it's always about your kids yourself. So for us, if you want to develop your kids, have trust that he will be setting it in an uncomfortable position to lose, to get tackled, to be aggressive against, and stuff like that. So he have to get comfortable through it to grow.
Yeah, because when you I think one of the best things that I've taken away from coaching is it's easy to feel it feels easy when you win, but your true character, especially at the age I would say 18 and below, that's where your true character develops, when you have to learn to manage all these challenges lah, because it not only sets you up as a player but also as a person. So that, I think that's fantastic lah. So I guess if a parent doesn't buy in, they just go to another club lah.
Usually I told them that also lah. So I told the parents, if you think your child is too good for this academy, then please leave. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
So personally, have you sent how many players out?
So it's the same, because you see, if you think that your kids is special, then why you need to come to an academy that trains once a week? Then probably go somewhere better to have him develop himself.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. We have enjoyed such rich knowledge from Raziff. So much information that hopefully we can share with anybody who's listening in, who aspires to be a coach, who aspires to be a player. JB, John, do you guys have any more questions?
I just wanted to thank him for the eye-opening insights as well. Raziff, thank you so much.
No worries.
A lot of things, if you never mentioned, honestly wouldn't really
We won't know.
Now I myself also got a lot of optimism in Unleash the Raw. I'm looking forward to it. But before we end our session today, we here on Baztalks, we have our favorite footballing moments, where we share any clips, news or stories of anything that we've seen on football lah. It can be anything that we find funny. The worst one I shared was, what was the worst one I shared guys so far?
think the
The worst
recent one
one?
was the Amorim one was really funny.
JB, there's your one. Okay,
Yeah.
JB, go first.
I said that was not my one. My one was actually no, I saw a lot of the Amorim ones. So it's not only the Pokemon cards, right? They make him like holding a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, make him like mixing music and everything. But I think the funniest one I saw was like South Koreans realizing they don't have to support Spurs anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
And to add on also, it's like I don't know whether it was a US lady, was it, that she was interviewing Son and she was telling him you have to win the World Cup for us or something like that.
oh, yeah.
This
When
gave this
it was his press conference for LAFC, right? The first one. Okay.
yeah.
Who wants to go next? Raziff, do you need more time?
I think mine is currently what I got on my X, right, on Twitter, is that a lot of Mourinho's memes coming out lah after being sacked.
Yeah.
But it's like okay lah. I mean, but this one he gets sacked. He get his compensation again, right? He's like he's making his salary out compensations.
So now they're trying to make Amorim sack and get Mourinho back.
Yeah, it's not gonna work lah. Okay, John, what's yours? I'll save mine for last.
Okay. Mine is I believe I shared in a group chat
Okay.
of ours
Oh,
about Jack Grealish
Jack
being on
Grealish.
loan after being on loan away from Man City. Because previously when he's at Man City, he always
Oh yeah.
just work around and then just pass it back so that they can pass the ball back one round to get in again. Now he get the license from Everton to actually dive in with the ball to attack with the ball.
Oh, this is that clip where there's that little header where it says like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
I can finally go and attack and I don't have to back pass,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, mine was after United lost to Grimsby, right? There was this few clips going around of an Onana lookalike. He's this Malaysian actor by the name of Abe Abimola. Basically, after United lost to Grimsby, everybody started tagging him and calling him Andre Onana. Then after that, he released a few videos. Huh? Who's Onana? Why are you calling me Onana? I'm not Onana. So I thought that was my favorite footballing moment of the week lah. But truth be told, like when I first saw the thing, he really looked like Onana, like Onana's long lost cousin like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. He does look alike.
Oh my god. The
Even
other one,
the hairstyle, everything.
right? Yeah. The other one that I saw that I think was quite funny was one of my favorite was Henderson starting the chant with his with his fans. The fans asked, Henderson, Hendo, tell us, give us something to sing.
That one.
Then after that, Hendo was like, I think Shakira, right?
The Waka Waka.
The Waka Waka. Then Waka Waka. Then everybody started, oh my god, that is an amazing culture and moment that somebody recorded. I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like the one where
Which one?
you saw the player who celebrate and then jump down.
Oh, the Indonesian one, is it?
Which one was this?
No, it was.
Indonesian player.
Yeah, it was an Indonesian player. He already scored. Then after that, some stadiums, they have like a gap in between the end and the stadium stand.
Yeah,
I don't know whether he's a new player to the league or what, or he just got caught up in the moment. He jumped into the longkang. Oh my god, I don't know whether they never did share. Raziff, they never did share what happened to him, right?
No, but he continued to celebrate lah.
And it was reported no injuries lah. So
Oh no, okay lah. It's a happy ending to that occasion. All right. We hope you enjoyed our podcast session, Raziff. Hopefully we have like everybody shared here. I'll just do the closing. We have thoroughly enjoyed the information that you share. We hope that you will be open to coming back again if we have when we have more time and more questions that we have. And we hope you enjoy yourself. Anything that you would like to say for yourself or for the people, for people out there, anything you want to share with them?
Arsenal will be champion this season.
Oh my God, Arsenal be champion. We will get him back for an Arsenal special.
No,
It will be a collection of Arsenal
But
fans.
Liverpool just signed Isak, 120 million.
Really? It's true
Yeah.
Confirm already.
Okay.
Tonight last.
Oh yeah, tonight, tomorrow is the last one. Okay. So Arsenal will be champion. This man has been waiting for 5 years. He and I will get him like at the. I don't want to jinx it. I get you all by next year. By next year we'll get you all in.
Get them together.
If they win, we'll get them in there. Like we interview as a Arsenal collection panel with our other co-host Mike, who's also an Arsenal fan. Okay.
3 of them, right?
Yeah, just the 3 of them. Then we like, okay guys, feel free to say whatever you want. Okay, Raziff, thank you so much. And everybody listening in, this is Baztalks. Let's talk football, and we hope to see you all in our next episode. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Baztalks. Let's talk football.